Let's start by creating a new Apex class, and I'm going to name my class as opportunity controller. So let's define our method as public static void. So I'll leave the return type as void for now, and let's name our method as update profile. And this is going to take a list of ID which we'll call the opportunity record IDs. So let's call it like op IDs. And here in this method, we need to query all these opportunity records. Then we need to check for the amount, and based on this amount value, we need to update the profile. The easiest way would be to iterate over these opportunity record IDs, then query that record, check the amount, and based on that, update the profile field value. So I'm going to use a for each loop with ID as the data type, and I'm going to call it op ID, and we'll be iterating over these op IDs, and that should be our for loop. So here I'm going to get the record first. Let's call it get op record, and let me write a select query here. So it will be like select ID and amount from opportunity, and this is going to have a filter condition where ID equals to the op ID. So this select query right here is going to give us our opportunity record and the amount that particular opportunity record holds. You can also get the profile field, so you can have like profile _c here, and we are going to retrieve the result in list of opportunity, or you can also have the opportunity record here. So for this opportunity record, we need to check if amount is greater than 10k or 50k, or based on that we need to update the profile. So what I'll do, I'll simply use my if else condition here. If op dot amount is greater than 10k, or first it should be less than 10k actually, then we need to update the profile field. So it should be like op dot profile should be equals to low. Then the second condition that we can use is else if, where we'll check if op dot amount is greater than 50,000, then we need to update the profile to high, else we need to update it to medium. So that should be it. This logic here takes care of checking the amount field and updating the profile. In the end, we need to update this opportunity record as well. So I'll use the update statement so that we can commit our changes to the Salesforce database or to this object. So I'll use update statement here, and then I'll use my opportunity record, which is op. So that's it. Let's save our code, and we have our method ready. Now let's go to anonymous window to test our code. So here first I'm going to query the existing opportunity records. So what I'll do, I'll have a select query here. It will be like select ID from opportunity. So here I'm trying to get all the opportunity records in my Salesforce org. So I'm going to retrieve the result in list of opportunity, and you can call it op records, or you can also call it simple records as well. Now here I'll try to get the ID from these opportunity records, and I'm going to populate my list of opportunity ID. So it will be like, I'm going to have one more list here. I'm going to call it list of ID, and let's call it like op IDs. Let's initialize this list with blank values or with no item, and then I'm going to iterate over these op records with help of a for loop. And then I'm going to add the ID from this opportunity record to my op IDs list. So it will be like op IDs dot add op dot id. So this way I'll have my list of opportunity IDs to pass in this update profile method. So as long as I have it, I can simply call this method from opportunity controller class. So opportunity controller dot update, I think it's update profile, and here I'm going to pass my opportunity IDs, and we are going to execute this code. So before I execute it, let me execute a SQL query here. So I'll use select ID amount profile from opportunity, and let's execute this query. Here I got an error because it should be profile double underscore C. So I have 32 opportunity records in my Salesforce org, and none of the record has profile field populated yet. So I'm going to call this function, or I'm going to call this code here, and this should update the opportunity profile field. So let's execute this code. Let's go back to the opportunity result. Here let's click on refresh grid, and now we have the profile field populated. So this seems to be working fine, but there are some errors or there are some issues with this code that you need to figure out. The first issue that I can see is like if the amount is blank, then still our profile is updated to medium, and that's because we have this else condition here, and when amount is blank, then it doesn't satisfy our first condition, it neither satisfy our second condition as well, and it goes to this else block here and it updates the profile to medium. So this was the first issue that I can see with my code. But apart from this, there are so many improvements that we can do in this code. So before I wrap up this video and we discuss about the improvement in the next video, let's have a look at these logs as well, and let's scroll down. I want to show you the summary of our transaction that we have just ran. So let's scroll down and you will see a usage block here, and you will notice that as part of this transaction we ran 33 SQL queries, we retrieved 64 rows, and there were 32 DML statements that were executed in this transaction, and 32 DML rows that we updated, and then we see the CPU time and the heap size as well, and the remaining governor limits. So our job is to bring these numbers down. How can we reduce the number of SQL queries in our code? How we can reduce the number of DML statements as well? So we are going to discuss about these in our next video.